Sorry about that a little bit earlier, and welcome back to Legends Arceus. You can just call me Stent. Last time we did a fair few side quests. This time, as mentioned in the previous part, we're going to be going on to our next area with the Cobalt Coastline. If I can actually get Elgato to work. Let me just get rid of that for the time being. Now, let's see. There we go. It just wasn't capturing the proper thing first, so... In any case, let's get into it. Figured I'd just stay on the menu for the time being so we could listen to the music unabated. Even though I may have been listening to some stuff on my own time earlier, as you might have noticed. It's so weird, just cutting to the title screen like this. I've noticed a couple of games been doing this recently, I will admit I do definitely miss the sort of big cinematic opening demos, for lack of a better word, these games used to have. Like, the one that immediately comes to mind is the opening to Ruby and Sapphire, where you got the Dewdrop Field, and you see your character riding on the bike, being passed by Latios, or Flygon. And then the action that comes afterwards, really sort of hyping you up for the game. I miss that. Last game I remember doing that was Sun and Moon. I'm not entirely certain whether or not Sword and Shield did that. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it started off the trend of just not having any identity whatsoever. Anyways, here we are. Finally in the village, and I just remembered, as well as getting my hair done, I finally got the prerequisites down so we can evolve all the various Pokemon. Did a fair bit of Pokédexing while I was away. Done all the various times I need to use Baby Doll Eyes and Ember and all the ones for Oshawott over here. We'll just bring him right up. There he is. Yeah. Finally managed to do all that. So now we're obligated to finally evolve all our stuff. And also, yeah, we finally built up enough friendship to evolve Baneri. I really feel there should be something in this to really help with friendship evolutions, though since this isn't really competitive based, you can see why that isn't really a priority. Just letting you experience the... It's more about letting you experience the game at its own pace. Let's just put it that way, as opposed to just clamoring to get everything to build up your team for the next VGC tournaments, since I don't think this thing had any tournaments, or at least official ones. Finally. At long last. The true heart of the team is here. With those threatening yellow eyes. Yep. Got Lopunny. I can't remember fully what exactly I'm going to need in order to fill out the next entries, but regardless, we got that Chimchar we found on the side of the road last time. Also figured I may as well add it to the team for the time being, as well as keeping Cherubi around for that particular side quest. It is weird, though, isn't it? Just seeing the Sinnoh starters just sort of out and about, sort of semi-commonplace. This game wasn't meant to be competitive. Yes, so that's why it's actually kind of good, I suppose. I mean, nothing against competitive, it's just with the sheer amount of admin involved, and we just you know, all the stuff you need to do to balance it, they don't really need to worry about that. So that's why we get stuff like the Legend Plate, let's say, and all these strong style moves, which obviously would break the game in half if were it anything else. Okay, give it food, got one. Need to see it use Draining Kiss and Close Combat. Let's just check, see what we can teach all our various mons at the time being. Mach Punch. We need to use Draining Kiss. Let's just give it Draining Kiss for the time being. Oh yeah, upgrades. Actually, let me just check Porygon's Pokédex entry real quick. If I can find it. I suspect it's more so near the... There it is. Still need to see it use Tackle and Tri-Attack. Have I seen it? Does it even have Tackle? Okay, it does. Tackle and Tri-Attack. We need to get rid of Spark. I should probably make more of an effort to bring Porygon into actual fights at this point. You know what? You can go first. I know it doesn't really matter, but... This will make it a bit of a formality. Oh yeah, and you can get Mach Punch. It's also weird to think that technically the Sinnoh starters all got signature moves this game with Raging Fury, Wave Crash, and Headlong Rush. Obviously they just handed them out willy-nilly to everything in Scarlet and Violet. It's kind of weird and cool to think about. Anyways, Rare Wares. If you catch your eye, good for now. What about you, though? I feel this one's design is a little unappreciated. At least that's how my given. Alright. Oh yeah, I remember. This trader right here. I want to get items. You get MP, I believe, from finding briefcases out in the world. Oh, hey everyone. We're just getting started. Linking cord, that's basically like the link cable from the Mystery Dungeon games. Kind of baffled this isn't actually an item that carries forth into the other games though, because we all know how much of a pain trade evolutions are. Yeah, for good amounts of MP you can get the upgrade and the Dubious Disc. I will be trying to make an effort to remember to get those. In any case, let's go to the beach. You know what, this look is definitely starting to grow on me. Just basic color cohesion. Oh yeah, little mass outbreak of Psyduck. We'll just ignore that for the time being and move straight on to the beach. At long last. This one will definitely be interesting, let's say, because, well, there's certainly quite a few good beach locales in Sinnoh as we want to do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It thinks it looked great. Like, really trying to hammer in that Elden Ring moment. Alright, that is a thing, isn't it, going online? Ah, the Cobalt Coastlands. Simply a lovely corner of Isui. Sea and sky as far as the eye can see. What kinds of Pokemon await us here, I wonder? Water types? Or flying types, perhaps? Oh, I simply can't wait to study them all. If we get the chance. Now, I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to research this area's Pokemon, but let's not forget that you're here that you've got a mission to accomplish. So, any questions before we get started? So, what's the deal with the Warden? Wardens, in fact. Here in the Cobalt Coastlands you'll find Palina of the Pearl Clan and Iskan of the Diamond Clan. Iskan sounds like a name you'd definitely hear in Ore. Like just some random NPC you just find on Mount Battle. Perhaps they'll be of some help to you as you dig into those curious occurrences. Alright, let's roll out. I can't remember actually, is that landmark over there with the Twin Rocks actually in Diamond Pearl? I don't think it is. Also, I think since we're on the east coast, we're coming up more so to Sunny Shore and Veilstone. So no Kennel Cave, unfortunately. Amazing that she can blow such a beautiful tune out of one of those Lego pieces, you know, the ones they use for the lightsaber blades. It seriously just looks like one of those. I do love the flute. It feels as though its tones carry to the very ends of space. But I am here and so are you, so I'm gonna focus everything I have on battling you. Why? I need to understand my weaknesses. Please do this for me. Why? Alright, fine, I'm game. We'll see who rusts first. Very good. You who have seen the vast space beyond the rift. Here I come. I mean, it's certainly, not as good looking as it is here. It's basically empty. Alright, I guess we're just going... Oh yeah! Finally we get to see Dewott in battle. Okay, level 30. Good to know that we're still behind in levels. Yeah, I'm gonna do focus energy. Quite apt, I'd say. Oh, and they're actually using stars for once. This is it's like the battles here actually have a little bit of challenge to them and require a little bit of thought. Where was... Oh, great, frostbite. Oh yeah, I forgot that freeze isn't a thing in here. Instead we get frostbite. Let's go slash. Well, we got the crit. I'm hoping that in future we get better mileage out of the focus energy. Let's throw Porygon in there. Why not? Should be able to tackle Eevee to death at the very least. Well, Glacier. I can't help but feel that the AI for the trainers in this game is basically just the same as the wild ones, which I guess makes sense when you think about it, but it's sort of lowers the stakes of these battles just a little bit. Try attack. Yeah, that sort of composition makes a fair bit of sense. But it would be nice if I could actually send out more than one Pokemon to deal with it. Alright, I got my tank out. May as well fill the decks a little bit more. Oh yeah, and I also got Snarl, so now your attacks basically do nothing. Behold, as I lower your offensive stats until you can't do anything to me. This is part of why I love Umbreon. In fact, I kind of feel as though I should keep Baby Doll Eyes on it. Just to sort of improve its defensive capabilities. Like, I'm thinking Snarl, Dark Pulse, Baby Doll Eyes, and Moonlight if I can get it. Now I feel better. The world is vast and I am small within it. Think yourself more like a voice in a chorus. That always helps me out. Thank you, and allow me to heal your Pokemon. Alright, with you, I think I can be frank. I thought your name was Irida. I can't afford to look weak in front of the Diamond Clan's leader or your commander, but in truth, sometimes I wonder how I've ended up with the burdens I bear. You see, we have a warden in the coastlands, a lovely woman named Paulina, but she tends no lord or lady, and she will not raise a successor to fill the late lord's empty seat either. Some people have started to question her worthiness to be a warden at all, but Lena, that is to say, Paulina, she's very dear to me, no matter what anyone might say. We were both in the running to become leader of the Poe clan. We strove to surpass one another, but she taught me a great deal too. Having said all this, I have a favor to ask of you. Please, help her raise the Pokemon she looks after into a true heir to his father, the late Lord. With the help of your strength, I think our late Lord's heir will grow to be into a worthy successor, and if he succeeds, it should silence Lena's naysayers. I don't know of anyone I trust more to help with this than the person who helped the Pearl Clan by quelling Cleavor's frenzy. You'll be able to find Lena up on the headland. Head down this hill and turn left. You should find a slope heading up onto the ridge. Alright, beach time! And already we find some new Pokemon on our path. Kind of weird to be finding Glameow of all things here by the beach. You think cats would hate sand? Oh. There we go. Not entirely certain if I need to catch one without being caught, but... should I say without being spotted, but... oh, there we go. I do kind of appreciate this about this game, where the environment actually sort of hints at what you're supposed to do with regards to catching each Pokemon. Like, for instance, Steel here, I'm guessing that you don't have to be sneaky around these ones. Do love this little guy, by the way. So derpy and docile. Okay. Like, I'm just standing right in front of it and it's just, it doesn't care. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you could just walk up to one of these and pet it. Yeah, I've noticed that about a fair few Pokemon in my time with this game. They tend to run from you, and when they do, it makes them easier for you to actually land your throws. It's a neat hint, though. Much appreciated. Now I'm gonna have to fill out all these dex entries all over again. Thankfully, it seems as though it's the same moves as Oshawott, so I don't have to worry too much. Water Pulse. I will admit, just seeing it there, just peering through the mist like that, the portal is certainly off-putting. Also, I've noticed that accuracy tends to not be as big of a thing in this game. But yeah, missed again. See, we're both missing. That's twice in a row. Can we get a hat trick? There we go. Yeah. I was led to assume that we had to fight more of those, and in truth, I kind of feel compelled to look around this place a little bit more. Okay, good to know. It does seem fairly in character for Sveal. Just being a little tub of flub. Also, quite a few alphas around here, I've noticed. You got Drapion over there, we got Machoke over here. I keep forgetting that I actually have all these things that I could just feed it. There he is. It just... don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just enjoy your food. Eat your dinner. Fine, I'll just... fine, I'll throw it another one. Please turn around. There we go. He's actually eating it. Come on, don't look at me. Probably did that a little too late, actually. Come on. Darn, drat. That was so close with that as well. There we go, got Scorpy. We got good old Machop. I gotta say, Machop does bring back a fair few memories. I've just been stuck with the worst Pokemon in Mystery Dungeon DX. Yeah, it's definitely something I've also noticed with the hearing and sight lines, which does make sense given how vicious they're supposed to be, more primal. Also, which Scorpy wants a piece in... Oh, it's you. Alright. Even though the Pokemon here are higher level than me, this is kind of off-putting. Alright, may as well just find a way to slow you down. Nice that it doesn't focus in on Porygon's face at all, just... Here's its back. Also, ow. Also, nice, nice. The fact that I keep missing all my stuff is always... It's always a treat. At least I can put a stop to that. Yeah, that is pretty nasty, isn't it? Yeah, let me do it. Even that missed. Starting to think maybe I should be avoiding battles whilst we're out here, at least for the time being. You do tend to get a fair bit of experience with just catching stuff. Yeah, we'll just go for a Snarl. You know, put out some damage at the very least. There we go. We'll just try and catch it. I know I can't remember whether or not the rules that Pokemon of higher levels are harder to catch also applies in this game. I know it was a thing introduced in Sword and Shield. Basically to avoid what I'm going to call the Dog Trio situation, where you just end up catching a Pokemon that is a far higher level than any Pokemon you have access to at that time, and just sweep the entire game up to that point. It was most notable with Dog Trio back in the old Red and Blue. Also starting to get to the point where even super potions are no good. That's a little bit worrying. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any spare EXP candies at the moment. I know you mostly get them from alphas. Speaking of which, good old Artillery. Possibly the best example of showcasing Hyper Beam. As it just makes it slow way over. Come on, eat. There we go. Come on! Oh, we actually landed that. Wow. Didn't even shake that time. Okay, okay, we're leaving. We're leaving. I probably went in the wrong direction. Okay. It is kind of menacing, isn't it? How it just trails after you like that. I don't think this one knows Hyper Beam. I'm pretty sure we'd easily know if it did. Right, where is this passage? Guessing it's over here. There we go. Don't mind me, Machoke. Okay, I'm fairly certain there's some more alphas up here as well. Certainly starting to see a lot more alphas as we go. Guessing that's intentional. It is weird to, of all things, to see Beautiful Eye learning Iron Defense. I mean, I get that you have the whole Metapod and Kakuna retaining Harden when they evolve, but Just such a weird thing seeing a butterfly like this using iron defense of all things. Come on. Yay, we got Beautifly. Everybody's favorite Pokemon. Grit Gravel, I definitely want to keep some of that. Yeah. Oh, we actually do have some candies. We'll give one to Porygon since he's very nearly there, and Monferno to hopefully keep him up to speed a little bit. Alright, let's see what horror jumps out of these trees to assail us. It's trash! No, literally, it's Trash Cloak Burmy. Well, that's good to know. That's, I was led to assume that, considering attack and special attack, there is no physical special split when it comes... I mean, there is a physical special split when it comes to moves and stats and abilities, so... I was mostly led to assume that the same would apply for moves as they normally are in the base games, like Snarl would only affect special attack. I suppose with that, there may not actually be a reason to keep Snarl once we get Dark Pulse. I mean, I say that. I suppose it would be nice to have a fair bit of damage, because I say that mostly because I don't think Taunt is in this game, is it? I haven't seen Taunt being used. Then again, in a game like this, I don't suspect many players would have a reason to carry Taunt. Considering it is a more, I suppose, casual experience, question mark? I mean, obviously you can do a fair bit of hardcore stuff here, like I imagine Nuzlocke of this must be an absolute nightmare to do. Considering the game is mostly just based around catching Pokemon and you can only catch a set amount in an area. How would a Nuzlocke of this game even work? Thinking about it. Because I know that in most Nuzlocks it's you get one new Pokemon per area, but I'm fairly certain that there's only like a set amount of areas, unless we're going off of landmarks. I'm gonna have to look into this at some point. Because I am a smidgen interested in the prospect of how this game is Nuzlocked now. I mean, I'm not entirely certain whether or not Nuzlocks would be something you'd all want to see. I mean, I know Nuzlocks are generally quite popular, but at the same time they've sort of been boiled down to a science at this point. We got hardcore Nuzlocks where you got, oh, we got to get this certain Pokemon with this certain amount of damage and this certain move and this certain nature to take this particular attack in order for us to succeed without any Pokemon on the team dying. I mean, obviously, since I haven't really done Nuzlocks, I'd be starting off with more just the vanilla one, but I do reckon there's at least an appreciation for more standard Nuzlocks. As back when it was originally formed, the concept of Nuzlocke, I mean, it was more about forming a closer bond with your teammates, as opposed to now where it's just basically how it is in the standard game, where it's just, for lack of a better word, Pokemon are just tools. A means to an end, basically, where you got Pokemon which are just there to be sacrifices and such. Oh, aren't you the Survey Corps member who quelled the Lady of the Ridge? Well, listen to this. A couple of Apoms stole my pack of goods. There they are. They've been darting around leading me on a chase. Almost as though they've been teasing me. I haven't got a hope of catching them. Once again, these menaces. Honestly, I'm thinking back to... I'm not sure whether or not this was in the base game of Detective Pikachu, just seeing an Apom lying on the floor of the park, just in a pool of what is first assumed to be blood, but is just... I'm pretty certain it was just ketchup or berry juice, as is the normal case. But there's a thing, actually, that I couldn't help but notice. They seem to have, at least in the later series of Pokemon, just sort of gotten rid of the whole Pikachu's whole love of ketchup. It was just such a weird thing for that one episode of the original run. But apparently it stuck with people, the fact that apparently Pikachu just really loves ketchup. Stuff like that kind of makes me wish that we'd gotten new protagonists for the anime earlier on, so we could just have, like, all these different kinds of Pikachu with all their little quirks and arcs and little semblances of personality. I reckon it could have been quite a fun dichotomy, especially seeing, like, crossovers we could have. Say, for example, Ash's Pikachu and Captain Pikachu in a little sort of diatribe together. Like, this sort of thing could have been pretty fun. Alright, let's see what these Apoms want. It's time to play tag. I will say this definitely does also remind me both of the Farfetch'd chase in Ilex Forest in Gen 2, as well as the Detective Pikachu movie, where you just have all these rabid Apoms coming after you. Kind of surprised we don't have an alpha. Oh wait, I suppose there was an alpha Ambipom later on in the game. So this is one of those fun little quirk things which comes to mind, just rabid Apom. Well, speaking of dark stuff in the Pokemon series, here's the literal zombie Pokemon. Like 20 or so years before The Last of Us came out. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that this is, at its core, a kids series, because the very concept of Parasect spreading its spores around and infecting everything it comes across is kind of terrifying to me. Like, here it just puts them to sleep instead of just turning them also into mushroom zombies. That's another thing, actually, that springs to mind. With all the various regional forms we've gotten for various Pokemon, you'd think Parasect would have gotten one, where it's just a slightly less miserable, doomed existence, where it's not a zombie, and actually sort of alive. Or at least in symbiosis with the mushrooms. Not really sure what you would do for that, though. Considering I'm pretty sure the concept of, like, symbiotic fighting mushrooms was already taken up by Breloom. A Pokemon that I both love and hate. Oh, they are turning rabbit, are they? Okay, we're fighting. It's Monkey versus... Oh, they're also level 30, great. Fantastic. Alright. We'll just go with the standard Mach Punch. Whoa! That's some good damage. Yeah, it would be fairly interesting to see, like, a mushroomless Paras. Like, what sort of typing would that even... Oh, wait, I was gonna say I can't catch these. Alright, I guess I'll just hammer away at this one then. 1v1 is better than 2v1. Okay, so it's offensive stats plural. I thought as much. It just seemed kind of weird to see that Nasty Plot and Swords Dance both have the same effect in this game. I should think we'd be fine. We got Do-What, we got Lopunny. What can a couple of funny monkeys do? Or should I say cheeky monkeys? Well, 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 I see you chased down the Apom and completely wrecked their houses. And all my goods are safe, thank goodness. How can I repay you? Let me think. Oh, what's going into you? You look so meek all of a sudden. Don't fall for his little crocodile tears. Are you actually feeling remorseful? No. Alright, no hard feelings. Just stop with that sad look. Make me feel bad. You like Arwen. Oh. I just hope you've learned your lesson. No more monkey business, please. Oh, come on. You couldn't even wait till I was done scolding you. Oh. They took my pineapple berries. I was saving those for later. Just goes to show you can't let your guard down around Pokemon. And they completely got away with it too. Alright. Also seems so weird how Paris is weirdly aggressive. Like, you think he'd just be there sort of chilling, completely unaware of his doomed existence to be consumed by mushrooms? Or is it the mushrooms making him aggressive? That would make sense. Alright, who wants some now? Oh, there's Parasect, of course. I'm pretty sure you also need to be defeated by fire attacks. There's a good means of filling out more dex entries. Let's put it that way. That's another one defeated. Unfortunately, it wasn't by fire attacks. So we're just gonna be out here on our lonesome. Here's... Oh, hey! I just realized we can actually evolve Cherubi. So we can go on that side quest. Still not a clue as to how Cherum's alternate form works in this game, because I know that its flower gift works under the sun, but I don't think the weather effects are actually in this game. Alright, let's see what moves you got. You got Energy Ball, you got Attack. Let's give you Energy Ball. And then we can see what particular stuff we need to add onto your dex entry. Look, already we got 5... Okay, I thought it was 500. No, it's 52. That's a little bit more conventional. Let's see. Pedal Dance. Pedal Dance. Okay. The way we're going at this moment, I think it's time we get a little bit of a move on. We spent ample time just here chilling up on this ridge, so let's give it a little bit of a hurry. Also, what exactly did you... Springy Mushroom, okay. Nothing too much to worry about then. And what? Oh, Veilstone Kate. Remember Veilstone? You remember the Galactic HQ? Remember Paul from the anime, also known as Shinji? Get it? Like, as an Evangelion? Yeah, that just brings to mind a whole bunch of old YouTube poops I used to watch as a kid. I'm fairly certain most of them are lost media at this point, but at the very least I remember. The main joke being that they were conflating Paul / Shinji from Pokemon with Shinji from Evangelion. Antics ensue. Yeah, I'm fairly certain from what I recall there is another alpha over here. Turn around. I keep forgetting I have food. Why am I not using the food? It's what it's there for. Bug psychic type Parasect? I could potentially see it, though. Again, I suspect you'd have to do a fair bit in order to make Parasect of all things good. Considering base Parasect has the unfortunate title being one of the worst Pokemon even of, like, Gen 1, back when it first came out. I mean, thinking about it, I don't think it was as bad as, say, Beedrill, who is the worst. No bones about it. You can't feel bad for Beedrill, really. Just... it had all the tools. It didn't... I say it had all the tools. It didn't have any tools. Don't come this way. Please. Please. Barry. That's it. Just eat, you fat cat. Gotcha. Please work. Nope. Okay, we're off. Run away before we get mauled to death by a fat cat. Oh, hey, it's Growlithe. Funny little doggy. Let's see if we can catch one of you. It seems so weird, actually. You'd think that Fire Rock would just be a fairly bad typing, but somehow Growlithe / Arcanine makes it work. I mean, obviously I wouldn't say it's as good as Fire Ground. But it is, at the very least, pretty strong offensively. Granted, not... yeah, I'd still say Fire Rock is objectively worse compared to Fire Ground, because of course Ground is better offensively and defensively. In that Growlithe has 2 4x weaknesses, and a Fire Ground type doesn't. It's kind of sad, really, because... like, even in Gen 3, the one generation where everything you wouldn't expect gets a use, like Rosalia of all things, mostly as a replacement for Cacturne, who ended up getting banned as a good sort of grass-type spike setter. Even Bear Beedrill can't find a use. Alright. Looks like we found the, our warden up here. Next to the gravestone. I can't remember exactly what that bandana looks familiar at the very least. Hush now, settle down. I'm Palina of the Pearl Clan, and who might you be? Ah, so you're that child from the Galaxy team. I heard how you aided Cleavor and Lilligans when no other could quell their frenzy. Your strength must be amazing, and yet you have such a gentle face, almost feminine. So, what brings you to the Cobalt Coastlands? We have no lord here, much less a frenzied one for you to quell. Our previous lord was swallowed by the waves. See what I mean? 4 times weak to water. He was rescuing his young pup that had been swept out to sea and ended up giving his life to ensure the pup's safe return. If you were to guess, which of these Growlithes would you say was the previous lord's child? I'm gonna say the small one. Oh, you have quite a good eye. This quiet, skittish Growlithe is the child of the previous lord. Oh. I have no doubt this little one has the potential to be a fine lord, but witnessing his father's demise has left deep scars in his heart. This really is the Lion King, isn't it? There are those who expect me to train him more strictly and force lordship upon him before he is ready, but I could never bring myself to do that. No matter what the rest of the POKéMON says, my mind is quite made up. I'll stay by this little one's side and let him live his life as he wishes. So, now you know our situation. Why did I ask your purpose in coming to the coastlands? Firespit Island. A survey of Firespit Island? I see. There are rumors that the place is haunted by strange shadows these days. You'll need the aid of a Pokemon known as Basque Legion if you wish to cross the sea. Look at that PS2 looking volcano. You should speak to Iskin, a warden of the Diamond Clan. He should be able to help you. There's definitely something strange happening out on Firespit Island. Those shadowy figures are concerning, of course, but there's also the odd lightning that came down from that rift in the sky. Lightning is a sign that the heavens are angry. I worry that we may have offended Almighty Sinnoh somehow. In the past, the Pearl Clan and the Diamond Clan were locked in conflict over which side revered the true Almighty Sinnoh. Even if we've reached an uneasy peace, the true Almighty Sinnoh must be angry because there are those who still worship a false image of it. But I digress. I do apologize. Iskin lives on Apom Hill, just past Jinko Landing. I expect you'll find him there. Whoa. Alright. Gonna go all the way across this bay. Actually, what is this? This bay doesn't have a name so far, but there are a fair few more side quests for us to look into. So, no rest for the wicked. Let's see if we can actually find these satchels on our way over. I suspect one of them's right by Perugly, which makes sense, just being mauled to death by cats. There it is. Sent back to Maven. Actually, that reminds me. Lost and found. So we get a... Claim it now. Merit points. Nice. No more satchels for us just yet. Internet connection. Let's try that on. I don't suspect we'll... Yeah, I don't use Nintendo Online. If you must know, I'm not exactly the most fond of paying a subscription for a service that was originally free and relatively unchanged. I'm fairly certain it is still the same Wi-Fi infrastructure that was on the Wii. Could be mistaken, but it certainly feels like it. So we're just going with the more standard stuff so far. You do get a fair few good merit points at the very least. I wouldn't necessarily call the Pearl and Diamond Clan idiots per se. It's more so different perspectives, I believe. Obviously, it's for the sake of this game a bit more dumbed down, but even with stuff like in the real world where you have different interpretations of, say, religious texts. Oh, hey, Walrein. You wouldn't necessarily call those guys idiots. I mean, I suppose we only really think of it that way because we know the full context. Like, we already know there's an Arceus. Which, imagine if, say in Diamond and Pearl, Arceus never actually got unveiled and we were just sort of left to speculate whether or not there was a true original one. I know we probably don't have a chance, but I want to try number. Yep. Yeah, that's only fair. I do have a lot of fond memories of Wall Raid, even though I haven't really used it that much. Kinda want to change that at some point. Obviously, I don't want to get too deep into the religious stuff, because that's more sort of for the philosophers and people who dedicate themselves to that, when I'm just a bunny here who likes video games, but... You know, you got, again, differing religions. You wouldn't necessarily call them idiots when it was found out that the true creator was something that didn't really specify to any of those religious texts. Anyways, here's this idiot. Why, hello there, Mr. Stent. Feels weird you calling me that. Fancy running into you out here. Me? Oh, I'm on the hunt for some plates. How's your hot plate hunt going, my friend? No need to be humble. I see you've already got your hands on 4 plates. Enough for a family dinner. You gain plates when you quell frenzied nobles, and when a great Pokemon recognizes you as worthy of bearing, isn't that right? The way you've been collecting those plates reminds me of the ancient hero, the one that said to have battled against Almighty Sinnoh. You know, I've been wondering. The 10 Pokemon that are said to have followed the ancient hero, their powers are supposed to have come from Almighty Sinnoh itself. Why did they seek to challenge the Almighty Sinnoh alongside the hero then? Perhaps we'll get some answers when we gather all the plates. Let's both do our best to find more, but please don't overexert yourself. I'd hate for something to happen to one of our guild's most loyal customers, even though I've hardly bought anything. Alright, let's see what Iskin's all about. Ooh! I say that, but there's something in this tree. Let's have a look what's in the tree. It's so weird seeing a Lopunny this small when I'm so used to seeing the alpha version in battle. Alright, let's see Draining Kiss. We need to use Draining Kiss a fair bit. It is kind of strange though when you think about it. The fact that this is one of the moves Lopunny is going to be most associated with in this game. I don't think it's the same for Gardevoir. I'll have to check though. Let's see, need to see just pedal down some more. Seen leap out a tree. I'm guessing that's going to be a later thing. Okay, flamethrower was the other one, not ember. Good to know. So just prioritizing using flame wheel. Got it. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, we got on the uses of baby doll eyes for there at least. Anyways, hello. Do I have a visitor? I'll be right out. Give me a moment. Oh. So, I'm Iskin of the Diamond Clan. A Galaxy team member with a Celestica flute. Oh, you must be Stent, right? Have I done something to warrant your visit? No. I'm not here for any transgressions you may not have caused. Well, something does give me quite a shock. I do hope you'll give me an advance notice in the future. So, why are you here? I'm going to Firespit Island. So you want to go to Firesmith Island? Well, if you insist, then you probably need Basculation's favorite snack. That should help. That should help warming up to you. I'm not sure if that's a translation error. Him just saying help twice. But preparing his favorite, it's more of a little difficult, more like an impossibly high hurdle, or really just impossible if I'm being honest. How so? Well, I'll tell you. I have the right materials, but then you see, this next part is something I could never manage, but you need to catch this one Pokemon that appears at night. Which Pokemon? You really want to know? You really don't value your own life, do you? It's Dusclops. Ooh, even saying its name fills me with dread. I have a fair few fond memories of Dusclops. So the materials for the food have to be imbued by the flavor of Dusclops' Dark Pulse. Kinda weird that it's not a ghost-type move. It's the only way you can make Basculation's favorite food, you see. Got it. This means I have to wait till nightfall. Wow, is everyone in the Galaxy team like you? Your nerves aren't just steel, they're titanium, whatever that is. Again, what time period is this supposed to be where they know what titanium is? It's positively frightening how fearless you are. Just, I can't say. Well, the Pokemon I need has only one eye and can be found wandering around Deadwood Haunt. Deadwood Haunt is the area that looks like a hand on your map. You'll know when you're there when you find the wrecked boats. I try very hard to avoid those one-eyed Pokemon, so now I know a lot about them, you see. Would you like to wait here until night when that Pokemon appears? Yeah, sure. Get some tea on. Well then. What do you mean you don't have any damn tea? Honestly, some people. Oh, and we found Ambipom. Fairly certain you can find an Alpha Ambipom somewhere around here. Also, fairly certain, yeah. New request on the map. I want to see if I can find that first. Ow. Oh, this is right here. Alright. What's your deal, lady? Excuse me. Have you seen a pharaoh from the construction corps named Yorich? Sorry, no. This is hopeless. Where could he have gone? Would you mind helping me track him down? I'll be waiting a little further ahead. Please come see me when you have a moment. Ah, the Coastlands camp. That'll be useful. Well, I suppose some people would be afraid of Dusclops, seeing this freaky one-eyed thing. Honestly, though, Dusclops just reminds me of Pokemon Movie 6, where it just blows up a box with Action Max inside it, and... well, sadly Max survives, but it was certainly a memorable moment. There we go, got ourselves a new Wisp. 19 left in the air. I suspect there's going to be a fair few more as we go on. Also, hey Golduck. Can I please get to the... Can you even get to the surface without drowning? Drowning in like 5 feet of water. Amazing. Like, I'm fairly certain you can just touch the bottom, jump up, and come up for air. It just reminds me of Sonic 06, where you just step your toe in water and you just die instantly. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to remember that. I suspect I'll have a fair bit of time to reminisce about that as we go on. We gotta, of course, Drifblim. Grifflin, which I remember just being a fairly annoying little pest. Just constantly with its antics with minimize and stockpile. Like, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get more people just bringing one of these to, say, VGC and just completely abusing RNG and its insane defenses to basically just become this unkillable thing. I suspect we're going to need to do some more crafting a little bit. Also, I think that's another pack in the road. Let me just go pick it up. Also got Duskull here. Honestly, my favorite looking of the ghost types. I mean, its design is fairly simplistic, but at the same time, it is definitely memorable and cool. Also, I think I've gotten myself in a little bit of a pickle here. As Lopunny, I think, is about to... It's so weird seeing Duskull of all things using Leech Life. I remember the days when Leech Life only did like a sliver of your health. Whereas in more recent games it just buffed it up to 80, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. I mean, I get that bug types needed better moves, but it's still crazy to think about. Let's give it a Snarl. There you see. In the meantime, there you see, we're starting to get into the reason why I'm liking Umbreon in this game. You just take so many hits while refusing to die, it's great. Honestly, reminds me of the time using Umbreon when I played through XG the first time, where I was just constantly getting barraged by Shadow Pokemon and their super effective hits and just tanking them like it was nothing. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not 100% used to the Dark Souls strategies used in some parts of this game. Also, I very much can't wait to get access to Moonlight, because it's going to be a lot better than Rest. As of course, Drowsiness, like I said, it works basically like paralysis, where you only have like a chance to move. But instead of halving your speed, it halves your defenses. So you're not as helpless, but you are still kind of a sitting duck. Nice. Also, yeah, we are getting pretty beaten up out here. I'm just gonna move out of the way. Hopefully we can make it into this tall grass and have a better time catching this Dusclops. Though again, it has that issue of ghost types just phasing in and out of reality. Can you go away, Duskull? I'm in the middle of something. Oh, there's a distortion over there. There we go, got Dusclops. Alright, what do you want, Duskull? Ow. I can't use normal attacks against you, so I'm just sort of stuck with Thunder Shock. Also, yeah, a lot of the Pokemon here I've noticed do definitely do an alarming amount of damage. Like that, you see? Again, doing a Nuzlocke of this game must be a nightmare. Yeah, let's send George out there. I suppose most people would call him Dewey. Water Pulse, we need to get some more Water Pulses in. There we go. I think he's 3 levels away from evolving already. Alright, let's roll out. I completely forgot we just had a whole bunch of grit dust here. Let's use some. And we'll give one to Josh as well. And the last one we'll give to Chap. It'll be great when I get the ability to get more. Okay, I don't remember whether or not that's a post-game thing, but there is a point where you're able to mass release Pokemon in your pastures and get extra grit items, which again are used to boost stats. I completely forgot that you can just use them in your items. I thought you had to go to a specific vendor to turn them in and actually do stuff. Well, I suppose you can turn in... Oh, hey, it's Tangela. You good, Tangela? Oh no, he's angry. They're all angry. Yeah, I definitely noticed the distortions do definitely get quite dangerous, though. From my experience, it takes forever to actually go into effect. Actually, can... I'm gonna go see if I can heal up before the distortion takes effect. Where... Oh, there's another wisp up there. Let's see if we can actually get it before daybreak. Come on, Skyrim horse. There we go. Oh, there it is. Distortion appeared, and that's another wisp. Kind of surprised we got that, since it is basically daytime. Alright, let's see what items we can find on the ground. Shards. Oh wow, Monferno actually has stuff that we can use these on. Yeah, that'll do. Not doing all that great for healing items, I've noticed. Suppose we'll just have to make do with citrus berries. And aurum berries. Kind of crazy how effective these are in the Mystery Dungeon games, and yet here they only do like 20 points of healing. Also, we should probably clear out a fair bit of stuff. What don't... I say what don't we need? What can we put together with crafting? That's the spirit. We'll go Great Balls, since there's no real reason for me to be so inhibitive about using those. Smoke Bombs. And Bugworts. There we go. That should have... Yeah, that's cleared out a little bit of space, so we can just run around and gather some more stuff. Oh, hey, Rhydon. I've noticed there's a fair few Pokemon in this series that actually have a fair few euphemisms involved in them, like Rhydon, Sork. I'm sure there's more that come to mind. Oh, hey, Magnemite. Let's see, Rhydon. Yep. Somehow completely forgot Magnemite was in this game. Oh, that's a big nugget. Well, not the big nugget, the item, I mean the nuggets in this game are quite big. Yeah, we'll get rid of these. We need more space. Alright. I think that's more, just one Magnemite on its own. Let's try and catch it. Oh hey, it's gotten flower gift. That's pretty cool. Let's go... Stun Spore. Never mind. It's kind of weird. Somehow I completely forgot that paralysis and all its all its forms has no effect on electric types. I just thought it was from electric type moves. So stuff like Body Slam and Stun Spore would still affect it. That's probably too... yeah, that's too much damage. That's a shame. So what is this? More Stardust. Probably not a good idea to be running around on foot in here. Well, I don't doubt your tips and tricks have certainly been very handy thus far, as it has been a fair bit since I played this fully. Yeah, I don't think it's best to be running into... what is going... oh, the thing that was just right on. A metal coat? Definitely want one of those. You never know what I could use that for. In fact, I'm fairly certain I just remembered Onyx is in this game, so we could, in theory, get ourselves a good Steelix. Wouldn't that be nice? Was that a revive? Oh, that's a water stone. Okay. It just looked like a revive from where I was standing. Ball of mud, we'll get rid of those since those are quite common. I mean, looking for the more interesting stuff, like a Magmarizer. That's pretty cool. Okay. From what I can remember, I'm fairly certain you could find an Onyx in the Crimson Mylands, or maybe I'm just remembering wrong. I mean, obviously we're going to favorite these. Actually, let me just... I can't remember whether or not there's actually yellow shards in this game. Let me just check. Healing items, other items... I don't think I have enough in order to actually craft... yeah, I think we may need yellow shards. Green shard... Stardust, blue shard. No yellow shards in the game at all. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so I think it's more so just that I don't have the recipe for it, which is a shame. Still, though, it's good to keep a hold of these for the time being. Plump beans. There's a Magnemite over here earlier. Let's... another lone Magnemite. Let's try our luck again. I definitely want to try and catch one of these at the very least. We'll just go for Snarls. Says no. Okay, that was a lot more damage than I was anticipating, actually. It's like at long last, we're finally starting to put out some damage now that I actually remember that you can use Grip Dust. There we go, got ourselves a Magnemite. At long last. Fairly certain that's a Distortion exclusive one. Or another Eevee. I can use another Eevee. Oh, that's two Eevees actually. You know what, this is perfect actually. I can probably... if I can catch both of these, I can evolve one to Vaporeon. Hey Norm, we're just navigating this particular space-time distortion. Oh no. Oh no, not... that's actually not bad actually. Oh, they're both using Mimic. Magnezone on the next map, that's good to know. Yeah, I know it's a common spawn, but it's always nice to see. Eevee's definitely I know this is a controversial opinion, Eevee is my favorite starter. I know you're going to say Eevee isn't a starter, but to me it counts. Both with Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I do definitely want another game where you have Eevee as a starter, where you're actually able to evolve it for once, because I will say that was definitely a disappointment with Let's Go Eevee. And then in order to make up for it, they just bumped its stats off and made it the only cleric in the game. The only Pokemon in the game which had access to a heal bell-like ability. Oh, hey, Rhyperior! Way to cut me off when I was just complaining more about Let's Go Eevee and the pinnacle of move names Batty Bad. Even when I first found out that name just from like all the various data that came out about Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, Batty Bad just to me just sound like the stupidest attack name ever. I mean, obviously all the various Eevee moves aren't particularly that great. I mean, I know they're at least somewhat better in the Japanese version, but in the English version, that's what we get. We get Batty Bad. That's what we're getting, that's what we're sticking with, and honestly, it is kind of a shame that they never made it into the actual other games themselves, because I feel that could definitely have been a good way of providing a fair bit of variety to the evolutions, where they could just all use these unique moves. But actually give some unique coverage to Flareon. Yeah, I've also noticed you can find various different evolutions on different types of maps. Like I'm fairly certain Obsidian Fieldland you get Leafeon. Maybe remembering wrong. Crimson Mildlands is definitely Flareon. I will say I definitely do want to play Gale of Darkness again, though a more vanilla version of it, since last time I did it was XG and there was a fair few differences with that. One thing I do appreciate about XG actually was just how many chances it actually gave, like Flareon, where it got just a much wider move pool with access to stuff like Flare Rough. Play Rough, I mean. Trying to remember all the different moves it got, but Play Rough was definitely one of them. It also got Guts. Fairly certain it also got Facade. Basically just got everything and more that modern Flareon has. And it still wasn't that great, I'm sorry. It gave all the chances they possibly have given to Flareon, but even then it still underperformed. You know, compared to the Immortal Umbreon, or Magic Bounce Espeon, or Jolteon with Volt Absorb. That would have been fun to go with. Alright, let's show him our Dusclops. Still love this little fella. You really brought it? No, don't bring it out. Right. I guess I got to do my part, seeing how determined you are to go to that island with Basque Legion. Usually I ask Polina if the Growlithe she takes care of can help me with this bit, but this time you'll need to help since we're making the snack so that you'll need to be accepted by Basque Legion. Once I get the signal, you'll have that Dust Bops of yours use its Dark Pulse. Seems perfectly fine with it being out right at the moment. 3, 2... Oh, no, it's too frightening. Just... Could you get a grip, man? Right, so getting down makes the anticipated worse, so let's simply have you do it when I say go. And go. Wow, it actually used the move in the cutscene. That's a big step up from Sword and Shield. Delicious aroma wafts through the air. Basculegion's favorite snack is now ready. Yay! A bowl of Basculegion food. Crafted in an unusual way. Both the aroma and the shape are perfect. It's the perfect bowl of Basculegion food. What exactly does Basculegion eat, actually? I suspect it's like stuff like capers and tuna and anchovies and fish bones. Some chum in there. Let's make for the Ginkgo landing. We can summon Basculegion there. Alright, time to call upon Basculegion. I will say, though, it is definitely one of the cooler Pokemon introduced in this game. Just Basculin, back in Black and White, was just a nothing Pokemon, really, from what I recall. It was fairly good at special, not special physical attack, but aside from that, not too much to write home about. I guess it made for an okay replacement for Samurott. Then again, you had stuff like Simipour. Alright. Let's call upon the Legion. Oh, hello, Stint. I was just waiting for you. Hello, Iskin. Oh, Polina, I thought you said we shouldn't be seen together? I'm sure Stint keep it a secret. Besides, both I and the Growlithe pups are eager to meet the great Basculegion again. I see. Well, in that case, let me summon Basculegion. Playing into my Lego lightsaber blade, colored white. It really is just one of those Lego pieces, isn't it? Like, there's no holes for it to blow out of or blow into. It literally is just a white tube. There it is. Constant. You can give the food to Basculegion now. You threw the bowl of Basculegion food. It landed right in its face. Oh! The great Basculegion. Oh, thank goodness. I was a little worried about whether Basculegion would accept this flavor. So, Stint, you should let Basculegion hear you playing. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me I actually have to make more food for a donut, do I? Basculegion, open its heart, it's gonna be alright. And learn well the sound of your playing. You now get access to Surf. Receive the splash plates. Seems only fair. Also kind of crazy to think that it's a ghost type as well. Just this really cool, super powerful, offensive type. Now you can ride Basculegion across the Tranquility Cove and head to Firespit Island. Wow. My congratulations to you, Stant. Wow. Polina, you want to tell him? Mm-hmm. I mentioned to you before how the previous lord rescued his Growlithe pup. During that incident, Iskin and Basculegion saved my life as well. Since then, I've felt a great deal of affection for Iskin here. I truly adore him. Now, you gotta respect it. But I know there are those who speak ill of me behind my back. So I tried to meet with Iskin where there are no prying eyes to preserve his reputation. Well, I was just doing what any decent person would do when I saved you. Perhaps, but nonetheless, after that day I found the strength to accept Growlithe as he is and not force him to become the next lord. It was all thanks to the courage you showed me, Iskin. Well, perhaps we should save this discussion for another time after all. Roll. Alright, it's time to make for the ocean waves. I bring good luck to my sisters wherever I go, and bring ill luck to anyone who crosses our paths. These clowns again. I'm the eldest, and I'll be your unlucky charm. Thought you spotted a 4-leaf clover? Well, soon I'll have you seeing double. I'm the middle sister, and I'm one clover you can't pick. Heads, I win, and tails, you lose. You've got no chance of this game of fortunes. I'm the youngest, coin, but I'm definitely not your good luck piece. We're the Misfortune Sisters, known across the frigid land of Hisui, and your luck's just run out. These three really are just the Team Rocket of this whole experience, are they? I'll get ready and hand over... You want to take my partner? If you aim to pester us with bad jokes, this ridiculous introduction of yours were more than enough. Imagine if Team Rocket got roasted this much. I mean, I know they did, but even more so. Yeah, exactly what she said. Now, Gengar. Hello? That really shows that it's running off with the wrong one. Thanks for the growler, fools. We free can't live the kind of lives we want because of narrow-minded groups like the Diamond and Pearl clans. If we want to live freely in the great land of Hisui, we need to have powerful Pokemon on our side. Don't worry, we'll make sure this Poke grows up nice and strong. We'll make him a lord for you. Let's take this mutt to our camp and get to work. It will bother us in a place so miserably hot. In case we needed any further incentive to go to Fire Spirit Island. Well, we didn't even see him get to use a move. Like, even in XD Gale of Darkness, we actually got to see Gloom use Sleep Powder on the player. What? No! Growlithe! What should we do, Stent? This is an emergency, right? You see, I've never actually had my partner battle before. Please, Stent, I beg you, help us. That Growlithe is a very, very dear Pokemon to me. Please save him. Hello, welcome to the show. We're just getting ready to cross the ocean waves. They said they were going to a place where no one would bother them. The only place around Cobalt Island that seems suitable is Forest Mid Island. Oh, now you have Basculegion to help you cross the water, and maybe we can reach that island too. Please, could you help? Could you find any to help, Paulina? Well, I mean, I was going there anyway. Oh, thank you, you're so kind. We'll make our way to Fire Spit Island as well. No, Paulina, you should wait here and keep little Growlithe safe. I'm sure he needs you right now. Though, I'm not sure if I want to go to an island with lightning and bandits and... No, come on. No time to think, we need to go now. You should also know that Basculegion can jump for the water's surface, then jump once again in the air to go even higher. You can throw items from Basculegion's back too. In your case, I guess that means throwing your Pokeballs to catch Pokemon. But I have to admit, I'm still a little scared. You think you can head over first? I mean, I was gonna go regardless. Alright, finally. To the ocean waves. Charge! Nice that your ride Pokemon actually just changes automatically, so you don't just jump into the water like an idiot and drown. Also, fairly certain there's an Alpha Mantine over here. Well, I admit though, it's certainly strange seeing these Mantiques so common, considering how difficult it was to find back in the original Diamond and Pearl. Like, I can't remember the exact encounter odds for finding Mantine normally, but I remember it being super, super low. Sort of out in the way towards the Pokemon League. Actually, that reminds me. If I bring up the map, do you reckon Firespit Island is the Pokemon League? Like, I'm fairly certain around here would be where Sunny Shore City is. So if you head north up there, then surely this would be where the Pokemon League is stationed. But then again, that could easily be the battle arena. Alright, let me just go heal up first. With the cell shading in this game, this definitely does give me Wind Waker vibes. Not sure whether or not I should stream that as well at some point. Figure that's a little too out of the current wheelhouse. Alright, let's roll out for real this time. See what actually lies beyond the oh hey, there's actually another request over here. Let's see what that's all about first. Say what you want about them, but I'm not entirely certain whether or not them just being a minor nuisance is deserving of just straight up death. But sure, a good punch to the eye maybe, but sleep. No, I unfortunately haven't tried Bug Snacks. Figured that wasn't really to my interest when it came out. I'm sure it's pretty good. It was, of course, busier than ever in these parts, making homes for all the new people in the village. We don't have enough neighbor to handle everything, so we figured, I want to try and see if myself if Pokemon could help us out. Searched for a little while for a lot of a Pokemon that wouldn't need much training, and lucky enough I was able to find an incredibly robust Pokemon called Machoke. Now, I'd love to get Machoke to join us myself, but I don't have the faintest idea how to go about catching such a strong-looking Pokemon. First thing to do is learn more about Machoke. Show me its completed Pokédex entry. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to catch a Machoke. There's one over there, hopefully we can catch that one. Well, that should... If it is more like Pokemon, then maybe that should be something to check out. I did originally intend to play more Pokemon likes on the channel, like Cassette Beast was one which was particularly to my liking. Okay, let's see if that one catches. Yes! Alpha Machoke. Okay. Guess we're just heading over there. I want to check over by the end here, by these two little rocks. I suppose speaking of cassette beasts, I do generally hope we'll get more content of the game, because I do definitely want to play it more. I mean, obviously, it's probably not going to be... It's not the sort of game that blew up quite as big as, say, Power World did, but at the same time... A lot of its character moments in Cassette Beast I definitely did enjoy. Also, what exactly is in this cave? Hey, it's Mantine. I don't think it's the alpha version, but... A Mantine is a Mantine is a Mantine. There we go, got Mantine. Or is it Mantine? I gotta say, a lot of the pronunciations of different Pokemon have always been seemingly weird to me. Oh, and this comes out on the other side. Okay. It's just so I remember there being some different sorts of... Oh, that's... Never noticed this before. I'm guessing... Oh. I think this is somehow relating to Manaphy. If the top rightmost hieroglyph is any indication. I suppose that could easily be a Pikmin as well. Anyways, let's move on. We have places to be and criminals to catch. Oh, hey, it's Shellos. I completely forgot. We also need to get Western... This isn't Western Shellos, it's Eastern Shellos. Regardless, this is still my preferred look of Shellos. I do prefer the blue. Oh, and hey, look, it's Togepi. We found the egg. The egg, which is really weirdly hostile. You'd think Togepi would be a bit more timid. Yeah, I'm aware Manaphy's in the game, though the way you go about it, is sort of hilariously cryptic to me. Like, I remember them... I can't remember specifically, but I remember they took out a... Oh yeah, that was right, the Azure Flute. The original Azure Flute distribution, I remember they didn't distribute it at all in the original Diamond and Pearl ROM because people thought it'd be too complex. And then you get, and then you get the Manaphy puzzle here, and Regigigas in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and you're just like, how are you supposed to solve those, game? Let's favorite these as well. Why not? Stuff we could do with that. Oh yeah, we can craft some more stuff, can't we? Actually, never mind. I want to get rid of something to get rid of this. I want to keep the raspberries, actually. Nanabs. Rost. I don't think I'm actually using the roasts. Let's get rid of those for the time being. Ah, okay. Because I do remember some Pokemon just sort of sending out some attacks but not being directly hostile. Okay, that's just another Mantine. I thought it was just something horrible coming out of the water to come and claim me. Can't remember whether or not you can actually break these boxes. Hold on. Sick 'em. Ah, okay. That seems fairly familiar. Okay, so need to be looking for you. Oh, you're here. I've been waiting. Like I said, I need your help finding York from the construction corps. He and I came out to set up a base camp, then he went off on his own to get the lay of the land and hasn't come back. York ought to still be nearby. If you can find him, please tell him to come back already. May as well start off at the end of the world. It's kind of weird though. This is a fairly interesting looking landmark. You'd think this would actually be in Diamond and Pearl, yet it isn't. Like these two stones here just making an arch. You'd think that'd be a bit of a memorable landmark. Okay. I will admit, unfortunately, I haven't exactly played many Pikmin games. I know for a fact that they are definitely good. Like especially the first two games. Oh, and we got this fella being assailed by Chatot. Here likely to get royalty for the Wigglytuff Guild. Alright, let's see what all the fuss is about. Stay away! Away! Stay! Ah, why is this Pokemon talking? Talk? What? Having fun? No! The opposite! Help me! Help me! This just reminds me of all the various, there are definitely quite a few fun, I suppose, funny parakeet videos where they're just sort of just constantly blurting out swear words. I remember getting a good chuckle out of those when I was younger. Though granted, I would still probably get a good chuckle out of them now. Because just seeing some innocent-looking bird just instantly just suddenly blurts out with WTF. It's always funny. Though granted, there are some funnier things you could teach them to say, like, "Finally, I'm getting used to this body," or "Help, I've been transformed into a parrot." Let's see how effective a heavy ball is against you. Actually, not sure whether or not you could consider this a heavy ball, but it worked regardless. Got Shadot. I feel Shadot gets a bit of a bad rep, actually. I definitely like him. He is a fun little guy, but just one of those Pokemon that needs an evolution, I suppose. Thank goodness. I don't know whether I'd survive without you. No one told me there'd be a Pokemon that could talk like people out there. What a fright. Back when I grew up, folks often said that if you hear someone talking while he's around, it's not a ghost playing tricks, it's just a Shadot. Anyways, thank you kindly for finding Yorich. I'll have him set up camp now. Up, 2, ready, and lift! And lift! And lift! And there we go, we got another base camp by the sea. Probably my favorite one in the game, actually. All finished. I'm sure that awful noise I heard mimicking me was just my imagination. I hear big time, young Survey Corps recruit. I'm here to take a rest here at any time you like. Sweet. Fairly certain there's also a fair few more side quests that open up here. What a splendidly scenic base camp. This ought to be quite the convenience for surveying Pokemon that live on the waterfront. Okay, let's just check. Nope, there is a request over there. May as well go have a look-see. From what I recall, there is an Alpha Chansey over here as well. Like on that island over there. I don't think we're quite strong enough to face it, though granted it is Chansey. Not exactly the most offensively inclined Pokemon. There it is. Okay, so there's... I want to check, actually, what level is it? I don't think getting too close was such a good idea. Chetty Betty. He's gonna look right at me, isn't he? Alright. That's it, just sit there. Eat. Okay, it's a little beyond my level. I can still fill out dex entries for it, though, by just feeding it. Pretty sure you need to... Actually, how many times do you need to do this? Let me just look up Chansey real quick. Chansey right at the bottom here. Ordered numerically, that's it. Where is Chansey? Chansey. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, just need 20 times. I suspect this will be something that I mostly do off screen, considering the time. Yeah, let's give it 5, and then we'll be on our merry way. You almost forget, actually, how... Okay, never mind. Bye-bye, Chansey. I wanted to say enjoy your meal, but... I'm guessing I look the more enticing. Oh, there's another wisp over here. Let's grab it real quick. Nice. Okay. Let's finally make our way to Fire Spit Island to wrap up this particular part. Oh yeah, and I forgot, Alpha Gyarados is here as well. Actually, can we? Level 32. I suspect this isn't... Yeah, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I can save Gyarados for another time. And an Alpha Tentacruel as well. There's so many Alphas around here, it's crazy. That does sort of remind me though, all the sort of 10 legendary Pokemon, or the 10 Pokemon of Legend we've been coming across, like Sneasler, Arcanine, Wydeer, and yet for some reason not Overquill. Considering they're all supposed to be like regional variants or evolved forms of regional variants, but yet Overquill just gets shafted. I feel bad for the poor guy really, because I don't think heavy balls are necessarily the best ones to use on the waterfront. See if we can actually find ourselves a quillfish over here. It mostly just seems to be Drifloons. A little bit of an annoyance, but yeah, let's just head to the island. Well, that's wouldn't be the first time I've been assailed by Gyaradoses. I almost said something else, but yeah, we'll just stick with that. Fairly soon you can also find an Eevee around here, or at least something that's a little bit rarer. Anyways, Fire Spit Island, the one major place where you find fire types in this game. Fire Spit Island. It's certainly hot enough to feel like a sweat bath, isn't it? And I've got a ghost and bandits to deal with on top of the heat. I'm very sorry, but you think you could lead the way? That poor Growlithe, I don't dare imagine what those bandits are doing to him now. Well, I was probably gonna do so anyway, but alright. Already that Magmar's mad at me, alright. I kind of feel that Magmar and really the whole Magme line are just one of those, another one of those Pokemon lines which I haven't really done much appreciation of. It's like Magmar got one really good moment in the anime, and that's basically it. With the famous Blaine fight. And Blaine doesn't even use Magmar in the anime, which is kind of just a screw and a half. Not even in Yellow, which is supposed to be based off the anime, does Blaine use Magmar at all. Alright. Let's mop up. I'm not so foolhardy to get constantly just outwitted by whatever Magmar's supposed to be. Or, hilariously, its Japanese name, Boober, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Boober. But speaking of Magby, he's just sort of, sitting there. Yeah, I'm stealing your baby. What are you gonna do about it? I've stolen your baby. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now, huh? You think you're gonna sell me with your fire attacks? I got water attacks for that, you fool. Look at me, I've literally got the high ground. It's over. Don't try it. Don't try it. You were my brother, Magmar. I loved you. I didn't even intend for that to happen, it just sort of did. Alright. I think we're getting close now. You know what? I think we can just jog for all these real quick. We'll just heal up for the time being. I don't think we're going to be using these at all in the upcoming fights, but you can never be too careful. Alright, this looks to be the place. On what certainly looks to be an arena. It's always the Gengars who end up being the bullies in this series, huh? Come on, evolve already! We've done our homework! Any Pokemon gutsy enough to come to this lava trap supposed to evolve, so get on with it already. You don't have a Firestone though, you morons! You will become stronger, like it or not. Well? Oh look, the pest again. You forgot the fire. You forgot your Firestone. Stand back, sisters. I'll take care of him. Go, Abomasnow. Smash this fool to pieces. You're really bringing out Abomasnow on the top of a volcano. You really are room temperature IQ, aren't you? Like, seriously, Alright, let me just swap over to Monferno. We'll make this a proper Viking funeral. I completely forgot about this particular fight. It's just, why would you do this? Why? And there's nothing you can do. Okay, that did a little bit of damage, but thankfully, I'll just go for Flame Wheel again. That was the easiest battle yet. I don't get it. How'd I lose? I brought an ice type to a volcano. I brought an ice type to a volcano. How could I possibly have lost? You know, Abomasnow can't fight a full pound crazy heat like this. It wasn't a fair battle. Then why did you bring him out into the thing in the first place? We were basically going easy on you. In fact, how dare you make poor Abomasnow battle in such a stupidly hot place? It was your idea. You're the one who sent out Abomasnow's sister. Go on then, Toxicroak. Pour out some poison for our unwelcome guest. Here we go, this is a fair bit more conventional. Even though I'm fairly certain poison should be weak against fire. Relax, Vic. I still don't think these idiots deserve death. I don't have a good fighting type counter for them. Alright, we're just going with the Flame Wheel. Just sort of slowly wear this one down. Oh, they're actually using styles. Completely, I keep forgetting they do that. Alright. You know what, let's send out the Bunui. Let's send out the Chap. Based off one of the best bunnies I knew. And you don't go for the fighting move, why? I'm literally a normal type. This should have been over in one move for you, and look, now you're dead. Oh yeah, it would have had dry skin, wouldn't it? That makes it even more hilarious, the fact that you brought out a Pokemon with potentially dry skin. What a blithering mooncalf I am. How can I let myself lose? Applying that mooncalfs exist in the Pokemon universe. I guess I lose the coin toss sometimes. I did warn you, didn't I? I had a score to settle with the Galaxy team. All the pain and suffering I experienced after coming here from the Kanto region to work, I'm going to make you pay for every last slight. I mean, you have a Gengar, you could steal a ship and just go back to Kanto, surely. You know, go raise your descendant Agatha, considering the time scaling in this is blocked. Oh, that's actually a nice little touch. I do appreciate that, the fact that she actually has a ride-on. I know it's probably weird, but considering Rhydon was the first Pokemon and has sort of this intrinsic tie to Agatha and more specifically Professor Oak, it feels like a nice little touch. And I'm probably stretching with that, but kind of pretty cool regardless. Oh hey, does this fight look familiar to some people? I'm probably gonna lose it. Especially given 2 attacks at once. But, considering it's a ghost type, now we'll truly see if Carl knows what he's doing and why he's doing it. Go for it! One shot! What a disgrace. And look at that! Getting all sorts of levels now. How could all of us have been... Hey, Charm! I held up top of Bomberstone Coin's Toxicroak, good as new. Now I can keep battling till we run out of potions. It's actually kind of smart in Clover's part. What? Hey, no one invited you, Tiny. You're really going to insist on getting in the way, you little runt? Take him down, Toxicroak. I know it's hot, but hang in there, Abomasnow. Smash that runt! Growlithe, please stop. You cannot beat such foes. But Polina, what are you doing here? I thought you were waiting with little Growlithe. I was, but he jumped into the ocean without warning and swam all the way here. If it was... Then how did Arcanine die if... He's fine going in water. Into the ocean, but he was terrified of the ocean after it swallowed up the former lord, his own father. Oh, Simba, come to me. You can do it. Oh, now he evolves. Well, this is actually like a proper cinematic cutscene. Big change from the rest of the game. Looks like he finally found his courage. The late Lord's child, he's evolved. His true bravery lay not on crossing the sea, but in finding the strength to face hardship head on. You've got to be joking me. Why'd the puny one evolve? Sisters, something's not right. Just in the nick of time, it seems. It looks like we don't need to do anything for these idiots to get their comeuppance. It really looks like something you'd see out of Bionicle. Most of the coloration and the eyes. What? Paulina, stay back! Oh. What's happened to him? That strange lightning hit him. He's become frenzied, just like the other nobles. This is exactly why I didn't want to come to this island. Everything's was going just as we'd wanted before that awful mutt ruined everything. Enough of this, sisters. We leave this place. We won't be making any living without our lives. Oh, and they just leave. Hey, wait, this is all your fault. We should get out of here too, Polina. Otherwise we're fair game for Arcanine. Come on, Zip, we should hurry. Lena. What are you gonna do about Arcanine? Apparently I know about this all of a sudden for some reason. That dear little Pokemon is my responsibility. As his warden, it is my duty to protect him with everything I have. Stern, what must we do to quell his frenzy? Please, tell us what we need. We need to make some bombs. Balm, Irida, what on earth are you talking about? I'm the leader of our clan. Is it so surprising that I know a little more about these things than you, Lena? I held my tongue the first time, but now I must insist. Stop calling me leader in front of everyone. And yes, I'm well aware you're our leader, Irida. How could I forget that you are the one chosen? You who can use the celestial flute to summon Pokemon and have them carry you to even the farthest reaches of vastest Sui. I've learned a little about these frenzies as well. A special method with dealing with them. We can make bombs, pouches containing a mix of the Lord's favorite foods, and throw them from a safe distance. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, I always do carry some of Growler's favorite foods with me, so I can thank him when we use his flames to help prepare Basculation's favorite meal. Why, Iskin, once again your thoughtfulness saves the day. Now I can make those bombs right away. Yes, let's get to work. They're ready. Here are the bombs we need. Please let me know when you feel prepared to quell the Lord Arcanine's frenzy. So we can just do it right away, but given our team and given the time, sad to say, but I think this might be a good place to call it for tonight. Next time, obviously, we can do the stuff with Arcanine and the side quests here, but for the time being... Oh, thank you, Pikmin. For the time being, given the time, I think it's a good place to call it a night, so... Next time, we quell Arcanine's frenzy and explore more of this vast, beautiful coastline, but until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.